Well, I haven't really talked to you guys since watching the scrimmage film, so I do think we made significant improvement in a lot of areas. But still, the question remains, can you complete a simple task on a consistent basis so that you can play winning football? And that's the question that a lot of players have to answer, especially, some of the backup players, the less experienced players who are getting plenty of reps now, but they have to take advantage of the opportunity. And it comes down to what I said last year. You got to prepare yourself so when you get a chance to play, you can take advantage of that because you are ready to play, rather than focusing on too many other things. You control what you say, what you think, and what you do. And what somebody else does, what somebody else says, what somebody else thinks really doesn't matter. So it's important to stay focused and keep the main thing, especially at this point in time, because, right now we got to start deciding, all right, who are we going to coach? Who are we going to bring along? Who are we going to play on special teams? How many guys can we travel with? What's their role going to be? And guys have had lots of opportunity to find that. So hopefully we'll get more and more guys that, are ready to play winning football so that we have more depth on the team, because we definitely need that to get through, the kind of schedule, the kind of difficult challenges that we're going to have in the future. But other than that, nothing else to really, report. We continue this week to work on, other opponents who do different things. And, we'll do a little bit on the first game tomorrow, but really not start on that till Friday, full metal jacket.
In year 2 now with James Burnip, how is he adjusting and how has he been this preseason?
I'm sorry?
James Burnip, the punter.
Yeah, James has made a lot of improvement. He's got really good potential. I think the biggest thing that he has to continue to do is consistency. Now, when he takes the right steps and he drops the ball, he's got a really powerful leg. But he's just got to do that on a really consistent basis, and he's gotten a lot better. So we have a lot more confidence. I think he has a lot more confidence. I think he feels a lot better about, the situation that he's in and what's expected of him. And he's done a good job this fall camp.
With the inside linebackers, have you seen that competition come along, especially with some of those young guys who you said were swimming after that first scrimmage?
Well, I think that, we have 3 guys now that for 2 positions that you definitely can count on. And then we got about 4 other guys who really all have the ability to do it, that need to continue to make improvement. Those are the kind of guys on our team that I'm really talking about. What do you have to do to prepare so you can take advantage of an opportunity when you get it? So that we're not making mental errors and we're not just gifting, to the other team because we're not sure what we're doing and we're not confident in how to do it and can't go out there and play fast and play team defense. So that's what we got to continue to do. When you talk about linebackers, when you don't fit runs right and you leave a gap open, you get gashed. So we definitely need for those guys to continue to improve.
Coming off the injury for Jace McLaughlin, what stood out to you about his fall camp?
He's done great. He's really played well. No limitations in scrimmages, no limitations in practice. Explosive, made some really good runs in the last scrimmage, made a lot of people miss. Good receiver, can play with power. So he's done really well.
What have you seen from the mentality of your offensive linemen in terms of wanting to go out and dominate their opponents, being physical? And
I'm encouraged by the improvements that we made in the offensive line. We seem to have a little better mentality. I think the personality of their coach has definitely added something to the mentality of how we play and what we're doing and how we're doing it. I think the personality of the players is certainly something that has been a real positive in terms of how they've approached things and what they've tried to do. So I feel more comfortable in the running game that we have. And, we're able to pass protect, I think, a little better. So, I've been really pleased with the progress that group has made.
You mentioned a few weeks ago that Tyler Harrell needed to channel things in the right direction. Just to what extent have you seen that in the last couple of weeks?
I think well, first of all, he had a sprained foot for a while, so he wasn't able to practice all the time. But now probably the last scrimmage and the last, this week, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, starting to get more reps. I think he's starting to get more confident. I do think that he's a guy that, because of his speed, can help us. I think he's got to continue to make progress, and we're certainly working with him, and he's had a great attitude about doing it, and we'll just sort of keep on keeping on with him.
Sticking with the wide receiver position, you had mentioned Kobe Prentice having a good scrimmage after the first scrimmage. Just what does he bring to the offense, and do you see him as a possible impact player this season?
Well, I think that he's showing promise with his quickness, playing in the slot. I think his opportunities have increased, since JoJo got hurt. So, and he's taken advantage of it and played, fairly well. I still think he's got a ways to go in terms of knowledge of the offense and, doing things exactly like we'd like for him to do it. But he's got a great work ethic. He works hard every day. He's got a great attitude. He's really positive and upbeat about what he's doing. He doesn't get frustrated easily. So I think all those things are contributing to his development.
What have you seen from Jordan Battle, and what makes him such a strong safety in your program?
Well, Jordan's, first of all, a very bright guy. He's got really good work ethic. He loves the game. He loves to play, loves to practice. He sets a good example. He's a good leader. He's got a really, really good understanding of everything that we're doing in the secondary. Of course, he's got lots of experience, but he's a bright guy. And because he's very conscientious to go with really good ability, he's got really good size. He's improved his ability to cover people, I think, a lot last year and this spring and this fall so far. So I just think he's really a complete player, and I think he's helping other players play better with his leadership. Communication is so important in the secondary, and when you have confident guys that aren't afraid to call out, it helps other people around them play with more confidence as well. And he certainly contributed to that in a very positive way.
Hey, can we just get an update on the cornerback battle, specifically with Eli Rick's injury?
With whose injury?
Eli Rick's.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of competition. I can't tell you who the starters are. I think we've got 4 guys, maybe 5, that are all competing for positions, and they're all making progress. A couple guys were hurt. Kyrie missed a few days. Eli missed, a whole week. So, but they're all battling, and they're all competition, and hopefully the competition's making them better. But I can't say, other than that, I really can't say much about any of them. They're all working hard, and there's a lot of competition at the position, and we'll see how it shakes out.
You talked about Emmanuel Henderson working at wide receiver. Is he a guy that could maybe wear a lot of hats for you guys? And just how have you seen him kind of progress?
Yeah, he's making progress. I think because of his speed, I think he could be a really good special teams player for us as well. He's got, great work ethic, really good person, very conscientious. And I think that's helped his development. I think that he can help us at that position. And I think he will before the season's out. And we're keep working on, helping him develop. But I'm encouraged by his athleticism, his ability, his attitude, his work ethic, and, how he's going about developing as a player.
There's a book out right now about your leadership style. I was wondering, do you ever plan to write a book?
Well, I wrote one once. I don't plan to read the new book that's out. I don't really know what's in it, and I don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. I used to get really upset when people did things like this, but I've kind of learned it kind of is the way of the world now. We don't endorse the book in any way. I don't plan to sign any of those books because I haven't read it. I don't know what's in it. And I don't know what's correct and what's incorrect. So, but it is what it is. And, you know, one of these days, maybe when I don't have anything else to do, which is not anytime soon, I hope, I might consider it. All right. Thank you. Guess I'm supposed to smile again.